The UPA government seems to have given up the fight for quotas for the OBC creamy layer, at least for now. The government has decided to go by the Supreme Court order excluding the socially and economically advanced among the OBCs from quota benefits. And allies who had earlier demanded the inclusion of the creamy layers seem to have fallen in line. Health Minister Ambumani Ramdas has also conceded that it will not be possible to implement this in the current academic year.
Our party is concerned, we are against the creamy layer. Right? Yes.
But now that the CCPA has given its clean for the implementation, today's met the Prime Minister and
It will be discussed in the proper forum. It will be discussed in the Parliament also.
UPA
Coordination Committee also. It will be discussed. We will take further action.
But now that it is going to be implemented in toto as per the Supreme Court judgment, is this acceptable, or you want it to be relooked at least in the next year? For the present year, it can be...
First, let it be implemented. This OBC reservation implemented this year.
Whatever Supreme Court has suggested, we will try to implement it. And thereafter, so far the creamy layer is concerned, government's perception is quite clear. When we amended the constitution, we wanted to make a distinction between the opportunities of higher education and the opportunities available for job reservations. Creamy layer concept was injected for the job reservations, but we do feel, and that's why we brought the amendment to the Constitution, 93rd Amendment, that for education, opportunities should be open to all OBCs, including those belonging to creamy layer. However, the Supreme Court's judgment is binding.
So the government over there stating that the creamy layer will be excluded from the 27% quota for the OBCs. Let's get the latest from our correspondent Sunil Prabhu joins us from outside the Congress headquarters here in the capital. Sunil, the government rather keen to avoid a confrontation with the Supreme Court.
Yes, Smriti. In fact, some of the main votaries like the PMK, DMK, the RJD and others had been pushing the government for the inclusion of the creamy layer which had been excluded by the Supreme Court. The Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs discussing this matter in length yesterday, and then finally a decision has been taken that at least for the present academic year we will abide by the Supreme Court judgment. We can revisit the definition of creamy layer, look at various other aspects of that Supreme Court judgment, but as of now they have really brought a truce, and quite clearly it's a major victory for the Manmohan Singh government to get its UPA allies around in accepting that the creamy layer, the exclusion of the creamy layer will be accepted by the government as of today, and in the present academic session there will be no revisiting on that very contentious issue, because there are a number of allies who feel that with the exclusion of the creamy layer their main vote bank really gets affected. So quite clearly the government has won a truce, at least as of now, and of course this issue can be revisited later on who really constitutes that creamy layer, how should it be defined. But as of this current academic year, the government's attempt to introduce or exclude the creamy layer will not go by. They have gone ahead and it will exclude that creamy layer.
Sunil Prabhu, thank you for that update from the capital.